Now this next video we are going to learn how to do some eyeshadows, but just because I got interrupted by somebody at my door, I am going to talk to you a little bit more about your eyebrow. One thing that you're going to want to do is, if you will go the opposite direction with your pencil, then you can use shadow for this, sometimes coming back over it with powder. But you always want to use a pencil just because this is a different consistency than an eyeshadow. And an eyeshadow can actually move if you touch it. You could lose your eyebrow, so because you can move it. But this is going to stay put, our brow pencil. And going the opposite direction with it is going to make it look more like hair strokes. So just coming in and filling it in and going the opposite direction. So the big thing is when you look at yourself, you don't want to see empty spots, like holes in your brow. So that's why you use a pencil. Even if you have a fuller brow, you can use a pencil. And I always love to talk to you about having a handheld mirror. This is one of my favorites from our old tray and mirror set, is because it has a magnifier on it, and I love having a magnifier just because I have to have one now. But we're going to talk a lot about starting to hold it arm's length, because arm's length is how everybody else will see you. So I always try to check my brow to see if I see anything that, again, arm's length is how close people are to you. If they're closer than that, then they're not really looking at your eyeshadow or your brows or whatever. So always, you're going to see me checking my eyes a lot as far as when I start to do color. I'm going to use my mirror to be checking arm's distance always. So that is enough about our brow. Please feel free to make any comments or message me or whatever if there is something that I'm leaving out, because I'm just trying to teach you what I do in the mirror every morning. Now, the next thing that I'm going to teach you is how to do your eyeshadow. And I am missing my brush and I can't find it. So we're going to start with our cream eyeshadow. I love the cream eyeshadow. And today, one of my favorite colors is Beached Blonde. I love this one. But today I'm going to use Pale Pink just because I really love it. It's choosing colors for your eye color is best. I really love this pink because it is great for a blue-eyed girl. And I have completely misplaced my brush. So we are going to improvise. Nope, there it is. Okay, so we're going to use our cream eyeshadow brush, which I absolutely love this brush. Okay, so we're going to put this. When you're using cream eyeshadows, you need this one. It's actually our concealer brush. And I love this. It's a cream, and this goes to a powder. But before we do this, I really didn't used to think that people needed a eyeshadow primer. But it is amazing the difference that it makes in your color, how much longer your color stays on, and how it just makes your color so much more vibrant. You will use less shadows because it's amazing how it makes the colors pop. So just a little tad of our eyeshadow primer. It's like $12 a tube, and it's going to last you forever. So I just take that and put that on with my fingers, okay? Just blend that in really well. It's going to dry quickly, okay? So we put that on. That is eyeshadow primer, okay? Just a little tube. It's now in a black tube. So that's what you're going to get. Now we're going to take our cream eyeshadow. If you're somebody that has problems with your shadow creasing, the eyeshadow primer is going to keep your eyeshadow from creasing as well. But this little pod of eyeshadow is amazing. Stays put all day. So I'm going to go from the lash all the way up to the brow with this color. Again, I'm starting with the matte. Now, if you're going to use something with shimmer, shimmer and frost is different. Shimmer is just going to apply a little highlight to your eyes. But if you're going to use a base color that's a shimmer, always make sure you're coming back with some matte. You want to blend some mattes and some shimmers together. So we're going to do, this is a base color. I love these cream eyeshadows. This is 14 a little pod, which is a lot of eyeshadow, and it lasts forever. But again, with the eyeshadow technique that I'm going to be teaching you, I'm not a real trendy girl. So I seriously I don't do a lot of trendy colors. Gotta go back. I see a spot I missed with my brow. So I'm not a real trendy girl. I'm somebody that wants to really make people notice the color of your eye more than they are even looking at the eyeshadow. Of course, we want people to buy our eyeshadow, but we do not want to. See a lot of color. I want people to look at your eye and go, "Wow, your eyes are amazing." So we're going to start to use colors that's going to draw people's eyes to your eye color. So I really want people to notice the blue in my eyes more than they're going to notice my eyeshadow. Now, again, brushes are so important. We're going to, in our brush set, we have a pointy brush, okay? And then we have a flat brush. And at this point, we're going to start using the flat brush from our brush set, okay? And I'm going to use some of the color just because I love this new spring color. I'm going to use this. Now, from our spring color little compact set here, I'm going to use the orange, and I am going to start in the crease. Now, I call it the crack of my eye just because in the morning my customer, when I say crack, will remember crack more than she'll remember crease. The best way to know where your crease is to take your finger and just kind of feel along where your eyeball sinks in, your eyeball and the bone. In between that is your crease or your crack. So you're going to put this in your crack, and I seriously can do this. This is a technique that I teach you for blind people, okay? Because once you get to a certain point, really it is hard to see to put your shadow on. And a lot of times women just think they can't wear shadow anymore because they can't see to put it on. Of course, we have magnifiers, but it still could be hard for them. So I'm going to teach you how to do this by filling, okay? And I can really do this and drive because I'm not telling you to do it and drive, but I can tell you I can do this and drive because I do it by filling. So I usually will have, if I'm driving in my car at 4 o'clock in the morning, I can just take this, and as you can see, I am just going to apply this into the crease. And now, here's the point. I want you to have your mirror, and I'm going to hold this so that when I look in the mirror, I want to still be able, when I look in the mirror, I want to be able to see that color, okay? So I'm going to take this color, and I'm going to, and again, I've just done this enough that I can kind of know how high I have to go, and I know where I want it to go. So I really can kind of do it without a mirror when I need to. Now, so this is the first color, okay? I did not put it on the eyeball. I left it off there, and I didn't take it all the way to my brow. So this is just going up onto the bone, okay? See that? Okay, now, before I use the pointy brush to blend with, we're going to use our smudger brush, okay? This smudger brush is going to build color. Now, one of my favorite colors to work with here, we're going to start working with a deeper color. And I'm going to start right over the pupil, and I want that color to be dark. And I'm going to do what we call a backward C, okay? A backward C. And I'm going to build this color dark because when I blend, it's going to take a lot of it away. Now, key point here is I want most of my color to be right here in the center of my eye, because when people look at me, I want them to look at the blue of my eye. Again, this is not about them looking at my eyeshadow. I just want them to look and go, wow, she has amazing eyes. So, again, and I just kind of work from side to side, kind of going along my lash line here. Okay, so we're going to build this color. You just keep working until you get it as dark as you want it. Okay? Now, I'm going to put a little bit more building it up. I want to hold my mirror arm's length so that I make sure that I can see the color. See, if I'm just bent down in the mirror, I can have this color in the right spot. Sorry, got in your way of seeing. But I want to hold this mirror arm's length, okay? So, didn't mean to get in your way there with my mirror. Forgot I was videoing. So we're going to just blend. Blend it in, and I'm going to take it over. You don't want to take this dark color all the way into over here, okay? If you do, you're going to draw attention to your dark circles if you have them. Now, if you want a smoky eye, so before we do that, I'm going to take my little angled brush. It'll be on the end of your brush, your Mary Kay brush set. It'll be on the end of that, but I'm going to start to build some of the same color underneath. Really what we want liner for is we want our lash line to look fuller and thicker, okay? So you're just going to put this right up under your lashes, just pressing it in. Now, again, we're just kind of wanting to draw people's attention to the outer part of our eye, okay? So we're going to just apply this. Now, I like this under my eyes more than I like to put eyeliner because I want the attention to be on the upper part of my eye. Sorry. I want the attention to be on the upper part of my eye more than the lower part because usually we're trying to hide dark circles and what have you. So, we want to making sure that... Okay, now, if we want to do what I call smoky eye, another great color for green-eyed girls, blue-eyed girls is to add some sweet plum, some purples in, just because it's going to smoke up that eye a little bit. So I'm going to add a little bit right over that espresso. If you wanted to add some coal in there, you could do that as well. If you want your eye to look more dramatic. So it really is just what you want. Now, a lot of people talk about, I want a day look and a night look. Quite honestly, my day look is my night look, and I might just add more color to it. So we're going to add some of the sweet plum to this and just smoke it up a little bit more. And then I'm going to smudge it underneath like that. Going to come back with my mirror. There's something about when you're doing eyeshadow, you just got to open your mouth for some reason. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take my blender, pointy end of my brush, and I'm going to blend. It's so important to blend, blend, blend. You really can never blend enough. And, again, we want our eye to be the complete focal point of our face. Our eyes and our lips. We don't really want to see all the contouring, all the highlighting, the foundation. We want people to think we have perfect skin and the perfect shaped face. Okay? So, now I'm going to take my flat brush again, and I'm going to come back. I just went into the orange part again, and I'm just going to blend in here a little bit more. Blend like this and blend just a tad more. I'm getting ready to be interrupted again. Someone else is coming to my house. So, now at this point, you can do this color, and then you could do a little bit of highlighter under your brow if you would like. I had matte eyeshadow on there, so and now at this point you can take your eyeliner and you're just going to lay your liner, just lay it across your lashes. Just lay it on your lashes and do short feathery strokes, and then I do the end like off the end like that. So just lay that. Again, remember, really your eyeliner should be Your eyeliner should be just to make your lash line look fuller and thicker. So we're going to do a thin line all the way across, and then we're going to pull it out off the eye. When you go to the end of your eye, if you will just pull off like that, then and then of course you want to follow with your mascara, and then you are done.